Hallo und grüß Gott, meine Dreamies. Ich darf ganz herzlich willkommen heißen zum nächsten Part der Raging Loop Visual Novel. Es ist jetzt fast eine Woche vergangen, seitdem ich aufgenommen habe. Aktuell ziemlich unmotiviert für YouTube. Sollte die Wochen aber allerdings wieder bessern. Gestern ist ein Pokémon-Part online gekommen. Heute eben der Raging Loop Part. Morgen kommt eventuell der Lightsam-Vlog, wenn ich ihn fertig geschnitten kriege. Oder es kommt kein Video. Das wirst du dann essen. Donnerstag kommt dann wieder Raging Loop. Und Freitag dann die nächste Folge der Pokémon Nuzlocke. So war dann mal der Plan für die Woche. Ob ich ihn einhalten kann, sehen wir, weil wie gesagt, aktuell Motivation und Luft für YouTube komplett heraus. Liegt daran, dass ich momentan dabei bin, eine K-Pop-Party zu veranstalten und das ganze Hin und Her, tralala, aktuell sehr viel Zeit in Anspruch nimmt und dann nur den ganzen private Stuff, den ich machen muss und so weiter und so fort. Also aktuell überhaupt keine Zeit für irgendwas. Aber ja, ich würde sagen, wir quatschen gar nicht mehr länger um einen heißen Brei herum. Nur damit ihr mal auf dem aktuellen Stand seid, warum aktuell weniger Content auf YouTube kommt oder unregelmäßiger Content auf YouTube kommt. Das ist der Fall. Der Grund. Hey! I left Jimmy and went to Meiko. He waved at me. Good thing she was kinda used to me now. What are you drawing? Those are guardians. Guardians? One drawing showed a rub circle with a line, just a strange going through it. But I could see what it was. It looked much like the Higuchi family crest I saw in the dining hall. There were 4 of them, apparently. The others were hard to differentiate. Oh, that reeling drawing was the same as the one on the stone. The symbol of the Yomutsu Okami. I see, Shinai-sama's guardians. Did One-chan teach them to you? Yeah. What about these? They're not guardians, are they? They're cattle. I certainly wasn't expecting to hear such a vivid word from a girl about 4 years old. Animals? Huh? Yeah, it's a cow. Mm-hmm. Is this a donkey? Oh. This is a pig. Ah. The ground wasn't the best canvas, and the little girl wasn't the best artist. All I could really tell was that they all had 4 legs. And this is? Me. It had 4 legs though. Well, whatever. And this is? It's bigger than the others. Wolf. A light chill went down my spine. Huh? Why a wolf? Because the wolf is coming. Huh? The wolf is coming? That was like... Because the wolf is coming. I had to run far, far away. Hold on, Meiko-chan. You know the wolf? I haven't met him, but I know he's scary. Is this the same wolf as we have here? Huh? Where's the snake and monkey? I don't know. What does the wolf do? Eat the cattle. Eat? Yeah, you said the horse was eaten. Apparently, this had nothing to do with Fujiyoshi's legend. I had no idea if this was from a picture book or her imagination, but there were barely any links between the stories. Or maybe I was rushing to conclusion. Who told you this story? It really happened. Where then? Far away. Far away, huh? I've been walking for so long. Well, it didn't look like I could get any details from her. The far away referred to the land of myth, and it actually had truths regarding Fujiyoshi's legend that weren't told her. What the hell was I thinking? Land of myth? How stupid. I should just calm down and file it under more info that made no sense to me. I see. It must been hard. I'm hungry. Same here. Let's go back. Okay. As we turned around, I saw Jimmy stand up in the mist again and hesitantly beckon us. Looks like the food's ready. Yanosuke was standing at the entrance to the dining hall, wearing a gloomy expression. He was never particularly furious, but now his visage was haggard and he wasn't nearly as arrogant as before. I couldn't blame him. The only person he was friendly, courteously, Turikaku Uematsu, was in an awful state. Also, despite all he had said, he actually relied on Takumi-san. They seemed to be close in terms of age too. And from what I'd heard, he'd never really said anything wrong. The only problem was his insensitive choice of words. The feast was a communication game. Even if you were right about something, it didn't matter much if you could convince anyone. Thank you very much. Still, he was one of the mere two confirmed humans. Treating him badly and making him upset wouldn't help at all. I had to be courteous. Let's go. Yeah. Hungry, aren't we, Meiko-chan? Kiyomi had calmed down a bit. I'd already told her my suspicion. I now had to hope she handled the feast well. All that was left now was to get some nutrients to support my hard-working brain, right? I'm sorry. I couldn't prepare anything better. She ladled what appeared to be rice drool from the large pot. It was a thick white soup with vegetables, rice, and something brown inside. Game meat. Is it fermented? Yes. Fresh meat was boiled. Chiemi-chan. I whispered to her. What do we do? What do you want to do? We were talking about the thing where I had to avoid the local food. You know what? I'll stick to my diet until the end of time. Hey, thanks. What did I mean by this time? Did I think I had another life or something? It was fine. It wasn't like it was cool with dying just on the off chance I got a second shot. Dying wasn't an acceptable option. I wasn't about to compromise on that. There's no point in walking around, so I'll just wait here. Alright. You're not going to eat? I have a bunch of allergies. It's because you youngs don't eat proper. You won't become strong if you don't have a balanced diet. Hey, I was lying, but telling actually allergy sufferers that they should just eat and that be crude was actually murder. Well, there were some efforts to cure allergies by carefully injection the allergens via vaccine, but this was a subject for the doctor. Anyway, going back to the dorm by myself was dangerous, since they suspect me, so I just waited in the corner of the room, still hungry.
安永くんとはるちゃんは
Where are Yasunaga-kun and Haru-chan?
まだ上かな。
Still upstairs.
いいから。
Don't mind them. The food will get cold. More.
僕は彼らを呼びに行っ
I
て
go
くるよ
call them. I went up the stairs, and when I reached the second floor, I stopped for a moment. I heard some rustling. Was it possible they gotten that intimate in just a few minutes? Was I about to ruin the mood? Well, food was important too. I said, to get their attention, and slowly went up, making sure I was loud enough for them to hear him come on.
食事だそうだよ
It's lunchtime,
安
or
永くん
Yasunaga-kun?
あどうも
Hello. The room was full of stuff. It was a huge mess.
なんか探してるみたいだけど
You looking for something?
まだ見つからな
No
いの
luck, huh?
ええ
Yes,
新し
I
い
was
割
told
烹
there was
着
a
が屋根
new
裏にあるって言われたんですけ
the
ど
attic, but
見
we
つけら
couldn't
れな
find
く
it
て
here.
他もひっく
We
り
were
返して
checking
た
other
ところで
places
す
too.
よそうか
So that was it.
見た？
Did you see?
え
Huh?
そのよ
Um,
ければ
could you not
みんな
tell
には
anyone
黙って
about
て
this?
いやその
Well,
勝手に気を
I
使
did
いは
come
したけ
up
ど
carefully, but
別に何
it's
か
not
危
like
な
I
い
saw
シーンを
anything.
目
Should
撃
I
し
have?
あ、
お楽しみ中だった
Were you going at it?
何言うのよ。
What are you saying?
嘘だよこ
I'm
んな時
kidding.
にそんなこと
I know you
君たち
wouldn't
は
do
しないで
something
しょ
like that at a time like this.
そりゃそうですよ
Of course we wouldn't.
もちろんよ。
Yeah. Really now? I was still kind of worried.
じゃあ
Anyway,
一旦切り上げて
why not
食事
take
に
a
したら
break
どうかな
and get some food? They didn't argue as we prepared to go back. There was a loud noise from downstairs.
何？
What? Yasunaga-kun and I looked at each other, then ran out of the room without saying a word. We were met with a strange scene. I instantly realized what happened and who was really responsible. Yonosuke was wearing a furious expression, his shoulders shaking. There was a shattered plate of rice gruel at his feet. The contents were still steaming. He was facing Kaori Oribe-san, who was standing completely still. Did he throw his food to the floor? Was it that bad? No way, this was clearly something way bigger than that.
いきなりどうしたんです？
What's gotten into you? Yumi and the others didn't seem to understand either. They shifted uneasily.
ズだ
Honey,
なんですと。
what?
渦だ渦獅子滝にトリカブトが
Wolf
入っている
Spain, the plant. There's aconite in the food. What?
メイコちゃん、食べた？
Meiko-chan, did you eat any? Not yet.
他に誰も食べてない。
What about the rest of you?
ちょっと
Hold
待
on,
って
I'm so lost.
何が何だか
Is that true?
見ろこの生煮えの傭兵は
Look at the leaves.
光沢があ
They
り
shine the
裏も
other
白くな
side,
く
isn't it?
先端が尖る
Isn't white and the tip is pointy. The smell different too. This isn't markroot or windflower.
ほんまです。
You're right. It's wolf Spain.
山菜を入れたの母さん
You used wild plants, Mom?
え
Yes.
危なかったね間違えてそんなの入れちゃって
That was close.
中毒が起きるところ
What a mistake. Someone almost got poisoned. He
殺
wants
す気
to
だ
kill us.
ちょ、待ちなさいよ。
Wait,
ただ間違えただけ
it
で
was
しょ。
just a mistake.
それだけで。
That's it.
ひど
Don't
い
be。so cruel. Haru-chan stopped talking when she realized the suspect was acting strange. Kaori-san was straight at Yonosuke, not moving an inch, and smiling. He was completely glaring him down. Yes. That response was so delayed, he had no idea what it was for. When Yonosuke backed away a bit, his expression shifted from rage to fear.
母さん
Mom. You should all die. As he stood there wailing madly. He brandished the knife. He was hardly moving quickly, but the sight of the blade had stunned all reflexes. It seemed some bizarre corpse he had bore witness to what pure malice could do. But still living, blatant, malevolence, killing intent was intense enough to paralyze everyone present. I barely registered the scene unfolding before me. Staggering a bit, the woman passed the counter. The sharp knife was still green with something, likely shavings of aconite. She raised her voice and aimed the poisoned weapon at the nearest target, Yonosuke-san. Tackle kann uns killen. Find a nearby weapon. Boah, das ist jetzt schwierig. Wenn wir sie jetzt tackeln, könnte sie uns mit dem Messer verletzen und wir sterben. Weil wir dann poisoned sind, oder sie killt uns instant mit dem Messer, weil sie irgendein lebenswichtiges Organ trifft. Find a nearby weapon könnte ähnlichen Ausgang haben. Nur dass Kaori stirbt und wir uns dann damit höchstwahrscheinlich einmischen. In das ganze Kill a Person per Day Ding. Oh, schwierig. Ich entscheide mich mal für Tackle her. I don't know why I moved when I did. I was a man of words, not of impulse. In times of crisis, I was the type to turn tail and run after making some sort of parting threat. It shouldn't have been good enough terms with either Kyonosuke or Kaori-san to risk my life for them. Yet, when I come to my sense, my body was dancing, charging straight for Kaori-san with my right shoulder. And after a brief struggle, we collapsed. I heard her let out a strained crack in my ears. I had to change my posture. Unless I pinned her knife and down, but in the end, it turned out I really wasn't cut out for the job. These roundabout thoughts were just delaying the inevitable. When the madly laughing woman embraced me, my thoughts ground to a complete halt. She stabbed me right in the back, simple as that. To her, I was just another obstacle that had to be removed. I didn't know if the round itself was fatal, but I could tell that the blade had sunk incredibly deep. And that it was coated in leaf green poison. Wie ich befürchtet habe, tackeln war nicht das Richtige, aber ich wollte es ausprobieren. It must have been a near instant death. My mind quickly grew hazy, yet my final moments were those of self-reflection. Reckless actions really aren't my fault after all. Game over. Bad ending number 5. Watch Hint Corner. Yes. Yes, habe ich gesagt. Yes. Hey, you've done it now. Chief, this was a real bust. I'll give you the hint right away. Bad ending number 5. A poison death of a reckless amateur. Look, Haruaki Fusashi isn't some kind of martial arts shonen protagonist, okay? Besides, even if he dabble in it a bit, his first instinct would be to run away from someone armed. He'd be fully aware of a scary weapon can be. A lot of martial arts anime artists and manga tend to tread them lightly, but in reality weapons are far more dangerous than your fists. If you charged in based on that logic, then you deserve to die. Hell, the killer this time even had instantly lethal poison on their side. So running away was your best bet, in case. However, if that's not an option, at least find a weapon with longer reach, then that would be killed. So yeah, don't bring a fist to a knife fight. Go back to chapter 3, Yomi, stop poisoning and pick the other choice. Okay, that's enough for this time. Die a bloody death next time. Yes, it was just a dream, right? I closed in on the side of the road and killed the engine. Das ist nicht schon gehabt. Okay, ich setze einen kleinen Cut und wir sehen uns gleich wieder. Und da wären wir wieder und dieses Mal entscheiden wir uns für Find a Nearby Weapon. I had no idea why my body began to move. I grabbed the nearest chair without even thinking about it. It was old, wooden and heavy. Picking it up made me lose my balance for a bit. I pointed its legs at the would-be murderer and dashed forward as fast as I could. A crash, a cry of pain, a scream. Amidst the cacophony, I attempt to keep Kaori-san pinned down. I pressed the edge of the chair against her knife arm. She cried out in pain and the blade clattered to the floor. Kimi then quickly kicked it away. In hindsight, it all happened in a mere matter of seconds. In fact, tying her up was way harder, what with her foaming at the mouth and struggling. In the end, we bound her limbs and gagged her to silence her bloodthirsty screams. With that done, we had no choice but to face reality. I know I'm probably not the best person to ask, but what do we even do about this? 6 of us stood in the mist right outside of the dining hall. Kaori-san was locked inside. He also became a Yumi Pito. No, that can't be. She's just not feeling well. I guess she was really pushing herself. Of course she was. Do you have any idea how important Yoshitsugu was to her? He was foolish, short-tempered and annoying, but... No, that's exactly why she treasured him so much. He often said that he was reckless as his father. I'll take responsibility and calm her down myself. Please forgive her for it. We should decide this at the feast. Just wait. This is a personal outburst. It has nothing to do with the feast. Keep her out of it. How can you be so certain? She might scamp to the corruption. Nosato-san? Everything in the feast has to be decided at the feast. Breaking that law risks falling victim to the corruption. That's true. Very well, let's go. No, Yasunaga-kun. She'll be killed. I won't let that happen. Fusashi-san, please look after her. Not gonna lock me up again? No one replied apparently. It didn't matter anymore.
ちえみちゃん
Emi-chan. She was making the same face she did whatever she talked about God.
やっぱり
I knew this would happen. Strangely enough, there was emotion in her eyes. I could see 90% resignation and 10% fear. Watching me until she finally passed out of sight, she followed the others toward the hall. Und damit, meine lieben Dreamies, würde ich sagen, beende ich diesen nervenaufreibenden Part. Falls euch dieses Projekt gefällt, lasst ein Like da, abonniert den Kanal. Falls ihr Pokémon-Content sehen wollt, klickt da drauf. Falls ihr K-Pop-Content sehen wollt. Auf das Video da und dabei. Ansonsten wünsche ich nur einen wunderschönen guten Abend, eine wunderschöne gute Nacht und man sieht sich im nächsten Video.